Stop. Before you take a single step into 2026, ask yourself, who truly holds the keys to the world you live in? In our journey through the files of wealth, we have been dismantling the code of global power, layer by layer. First, we unmasked BlackRock, the financial black hole swallowing over $10 trillion, and confronted Aladdin, the algorithm that runs the world's economy and decides the fate of your investments before you even wake up. Second, we descended into the swamp of BlackStone to reveal why the dream of owning a home is fading away, and how your monthly rent has become the fuel of the largest real estate empire in human history. Third, we climbed to the vershina of the pyramid with NVIDIA, a company that is no longer just a video game chip maker, but the sole supplier of artificial minds. We showed you why the Blackwell chip is the nuclear reactor that will power the next century. Today, we tie these three threads together into one terrifying knot. If BlackRock is the money, BlackStone is the land, and NVIDIA is the mind, what happens when these three come together to build our cities from the ground up? Welcome to Episode 4 of the Files of Wealth. Prepare yourselves as we unveil what we call sovereign artificial intelligence. We will take you from the heart of NEOM in Saudi Arabia to Shenzhen in China and all the way to the secret data centers of Texas. After this episode, you will never look at your city the same way again. But let's pause for a moment on a term echoing through the halls of power: sovereign data. What does it mean, and why could it spark a war? Simply put, imagine the health data of your people, the movements of your army, and the financial records of your citizens, all stored in a cloud owned by a company in California. If that company or its government decides to turn off the key, your entire nation is paralyzed. The more dangerous scenario? Digital sovereignty means a state builds its own mind within its borders. If you rely on imported artificial intelligence, you're not just importing technology, you're importing the culture and values of the source. Ask a foreign AI about your history or borders, and it will answer according to its programming, not your reality. This is why nations are rushing to acquire NVIDIA processors, not to play video games, but to build a digital fortress that protects the state's mind from intrusion or dependency. At the beginning of 2026, Jensen Huang made his famous statement, "Data is national sovereignty, and anyone without sovereign AI is a nation without borders." BlackRock and BlackStone heard this message loud and clear. The battle today is no longer over who owns the land, it's over who controls the algorithm that runs it. Thanks to NVIDIA processors, the city of the line is being built twice, once in reality and once in the cloud. The reality: BlackRock monitors this data to decide where to invest, while BlackStone acquires the lands surrounding smart infrastructure. The city breathes data, and they turn each breath into dollars. In January 2024, during the World Government Summit, Jensen Huang dropped a bombshell that the world only fully understands now in 2026. He said literally, "Every nation must own its own AI. You cannot let someone else control your data, your history, or the intelligence of your people." Why did he say this? Because we're moving from the era of software as a service to the era of intelligence as sovereignty. Nations relying on ChatGPT or Google Gemini to manage their national files are handing over the keys to their collective mind to Silicon Valley companies. This is where the real game begins. To have sovereign intelligence, you need three things owned by the companies we covered in previous episodes. Strength, NVIDIA processors, the incredible power we explained. Money, BlackRock investments, injecting billions into data centers. Land, the properties controlled by BlackStone to build these massive hubs. Let's take the largest example globally, NEOM. In traditional cities, 90% of data goes to waste, but in NEOM, thanks to partnerships with NVIDIA, a system called cognitive cities is being built. The shocking truth, the city doesn't just monitor you, it predicts your needs. Remember when we said BlackRock owns stakes in pharmaceutical companies? Imagine the AI in your city analyzing your health data and automatically sending a request to the pharmacy, also owned by BlackRock, to deliver your medicine before you even feel a headache. This is not science fiction, it's an application of the digital twin concept. The city has a digital replica running on NVIDIA processors, running thousands of simulations daily to prevent congestion, save energy, and even control microclimates inside buildings. Why is Larry Fink so interested in smart cities? In his last statement of 2025, he said, "We are undergoing the greatest capital allocation shift since the Industrial Revolution." BlackRock doesn't just invest in stocks, they've become the financier of the data centers, without which NVIDIA chips would be just pieces of metal. But the question no one asks, where does all the massive data collected by NEOM go? This is where the monster we revealed in episode 1 comes into play, Aladdin. Remember when we said BlackRock's algorithm manages $10 trillion? Now imagine combining that power with NEOM's street sensors. BlackRock isn't just investing in walls, they're after the information feed these cities provide to the mind of Aladdin. When Aladdin knows the energy consumption patterns in a smart city, how people move and what they demand, it can predict financial crises weeks before they happen. Linking Aladdin with NEOM creates absolute intelligence, where tangible reality merges with digital prediction. Simply put, NEOM is the senses that feel the world, and Aladdin is the mind that analyzes these sensations and turns them into billions in Larry Fink's portfolio. Meanwhile, BlackStone made its largest acquisition ever, buying QTS data centers for $10 billion. Why? Because they know the land beneath the AI brain will be more valuable than any skyscraper in New York. The announcer talks about money and companies. While we marvel at the beauty of smart cities, a bone-crushing war is raging behind the scenes. In late 2025, the U.S. Department of Commerce issued a ban on exporting the most powerful NVIDIA processors to over 40 countries. The reason? Digital sovereignty. America knows that a nation possessing thousands of H100 or Blackwell processors can simulate the world economy, break encryption, and even control swarms of drones. The earth-shattering statement, a senior Chinese Communist Party official said, "NVIDIA is the oxygen of the 21st century, and anyone who cuts off our oxygen is asking us to die." So China began building its own smart cities, like Shenzhen, using domestically produced chips in collaboration with Huawei, creating a great AI wall that neither BlackRock nor the US can penetrate. Let's explain a concept that might seem complex, the digital twin. Thanks to the army of workers, the GPUs we discussed in the NVIDIA episode, the city can build a carbon copy of you in the cloud. A practical example, Mercedes, as we mentioned before, doesn't just test its cars on real streets, they test them in the city's digital twin. The virtual car crashes thousands of times in the computer, so it won't crash in reality. But have you ever asked yourself the energy cost of this absolute intelligence? To run these cities, we need armies of servers that never sleep. And here, the terrifying truth emerges. Data centers powering AI today consume as much electricity as entire countries like Ireland. Imagine a whole nation with its homes, factories, and streets consuming as much as a single company's digital brain. This is exactly where the genius of NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture comes in, which we explained in the previous episode. NVIDIA didn't design this chip just to be faster, it was built to be a savior for the planet. Blackwell can reduce energy consumption by 25 times compared to previous generations while performing the same tasks. Without this efficiency, BlackRock's dreams of digital domination would collide with the wall of global energy shortages. Blackwell isn't just a processor, it's the lung of smart cities, allowing them to breathe without burning the planet. And here is the terrifying part. BlackStone and BlackRock use these simulations to predict your consumer behavior. If your digital twin shows that you buy coffee every morning on this street, BlackStone will raise the rent of that shop before you even open your wallet. We began with money, BlackRock. We moved to land, Blackstone, and we reached the mind, NVIDIA. Today, these three forces have merged to create an operating system for human life itself. We are no longer building cities out of concrete. We are building algorithms that we live inside. The real question is not, will these cities be beautiful? The real question is, who holds the shutdown key to these cities? If the algorithm turns against you, will your own front door still open? After everything we have revealed, you may feel fear, but in a world dominated by BlackRock's capital, NVIDIA's intelligence, and Blackstone's real estate, where does the human being stand? The truth is, these corporations do not want to destroy you. They want to predict you. And the only power you truly possess now is awareness. The moment you realize that your home, your job, and even the road you drive on are all part of a massive investment strategy, you begin to make different choices. In 2026, power is no longer just about owning gold or oil. Power is about the decentralization of knowledge. Nations that refuse to remain mere consumers of NVIDIA's technology and instead build their own sovereign infrastructure are the ones that will survive digital dependency. We have completed the square. We cracked the code of money with BlackRock. We understood the game of land with BlackStone, and we uncovered the secret of the mind with NVIDIA. Today, we saw how the three merge to build either a digital prison or a digital paradise. At Files of Wealth, we don't report the news, we expose the architecture of the new world. The world is changing faster than laws can keep up, and the major players we mentioned have already begun writing the constitution of the next century. Here we arrive at a truth that is now taking shape. We are in 2026, and all indicators point to a radical transformation in the structure of global power. We are likely to witness the appointment of the first Minister of Sovereign Artificial Intelligence in several major countries. This position will not be ceremonial. In the eyes of many, it will be more important than the Minister of Defense. Why? Because the Minister of Defense protects your borders from bullets. But the Minister of Artificial Intelligence protects the mind of the state from disappearance. He is the one who ensures that your smart city cannot be shut down by the decision of a foreign corporation. He is the one who fights in the global chip war to secure his people's right to independent digital thought. In this new world, sovereignty is no longer in bullets. Sovereignty is in code. The question now is not, what will they do to us? The real question is, are you ready to be part of this system, or will you search for a way out? If you want to stay one step ahead and know who is pulling the strings behind the curtain, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell. Because our journey in Files of Wealth has only just begun, and the next episode will be about the currency that will end the age of the dollar. Are you ready?